Princess Amelia, the youngest daughter of King George III and Queen Charlotte, was born in 1783. From the beginning, her life was marked by fragility. She suffered from poor health throughout her short years, but she was also remembered as the most affectionate and gentle of all the king's daughters. Her father adored her deeply, often calling her his darling Amelia. Yet behind the walls of Windsor, Amelia carried a secret that would change not only her own life, but also the fate of her father. In her late teens, Amelia met Charles Fitzroy, one of the equerries, an officer who served closely alongside the king. Fitzroy was more than 20 years her senior, but age could not stop affection from blossoming. What began as a bond of trust slowly grew into love. For Amelia, often surrounded by protocol and duty, Charles was a source of warmth and companionship. But their love was forbidden. The Royal Marriages Act of 1772 required members of the royal family to seek the king's consent before marrying, and such permission was rarely granted, especially for a match outside the circle of European royalty. For Amelia and Fitzroy, marriage was impossible. And so, their love lived only in letters, heartfelt, passionate, and full of longing. Amelia even signed her name as Amelia Fitzroy, as if in her heart, she was already his wife. As the years passed, Amelia's health grew worse. She suffered from tuberculosis and a rare disease that left her body weak and in constant pain. Charles remained by her side, a quiet presence, a reminder of the life she wished she could have lived. But fate was cruel. In 1810, at only 27 years old, Princess Amelia died. Her final words, spoken to her sister, were said to be, "Tell Charles, I die blessing him." She left all her personal possessions to Charles Fitzroy in her will, a final gesture of love. But Amelia's death was more than a personal tragedy. For King George III, it was the final breaking point. He had already endured decades of pressure, the loss of the American colonies, the constant battles with Parliament, the wars against Napoleon, and his own recurring bouts of mental illness. He had survived them all, but the loss of Amelia, his most beloved daughter, shattered him beyond repair. In the months after her death, George fell into madness. He raved, hallucinated, and could no longer govern. In 1811, power passed to his son as Prince Regent, while George himself lived out the last years of his life blind, deaf, and lost in confusion, shut away in Windsor Castle. The story of Princess Amelia and Charles Fitzroy is more than a tale of forbidden love. It is the story of how a young woman's fragile life and tragic death marked the downfall of a king. Amelia's love was pure, yet impossible, her passing left behind broken hearts, and a monarch who slipped forever into darkness. Even today, their story lingers, a bittersweet reminder that behind crowns and palaces, there are still human hearts, longing, and love that history could never allow.